Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I just wanted to go through my motor build more in detail. I've been getting a few questions on a few Facebook groups. And yeah, I just thought I'd address it in this video. So yeah, let's start off with this DIY motor console for the Oldtown 120 PDL. It's very simple. What I did first was trace out this insert using cardboard and try to get a good template to then transfer onto kind of a thicker cutting board here. Yeah, the cutting board's only like 22 bucks online. And then I basically traced it onto that cutting board and cut it out. If you want to skip that step, what you could do is order one of the Navarre kayaks inserts that they make for this kayak. I think that insert is like $70. This cutting board only costed me 20 bucks. There's more labor involved, but you know, if you want to save some money, that's a good way. You save like 50 bucks that way. And yeah, so the next step was really just drilling a hole. I wanted maximum deck space, so I moved it up as far up as I could. So like some people I've seen, you know, they do it like around here in the middle, but yeah, it's really up to you. I think as long as it's in the middle is really what's important. So I drilled it here. I did try to do 2 brackets to kind of sandwich the cutting board in the middle there. And initially I had tried a few different like gaskets, and they just weren't holding the motor straight. Like I could still turn it a bit. And so what I found worked best was marine goop. So just like filling that gap up with marine goop and yeah, holding it still. And once it dries, it's a really good hold, and I don't have to worry about like this being all wobbly or the motor turning on me. So yeah, that's basically it as far as like putting this together. Oh, I forgot to mention, you do have to cut down the shaft of the trolling motor. So initially this was a 36-inch trolling motor. I cut off quite a bit. I only left like, I think this is only like 14 inches or so. Plus whatever this is, another 4. So probably cut like half the shaft off. I just wanted, you know, a cleaner look. And so when you do cut it, there are, you know, you do have to remove the head of the trolling motor. They all come with the little tiller. And that's pretty easy. It's usually just 2 screws on the shaft, or 1 screw on the shaft, and then like 5 screws under the head. When you do remove it, you will see a handful of wires. Like here's one that I also removed for a different kayak that I'm working on. So there's, yeah, like 4 different wires in there. You only need the red and black, so you can either trim these or just tuck them into the shaft. And I will mention, if you're going to be using a 55-pound trolling motor, these are no good. I've melted a handful of these just thinking I can get away with it. They're, you know, cheaper than a more heavy duty one, so I was trying these out and I melted a couple. They work fine for a 30-pound trolling motor, so if that's what you're using, then you'll be fine using those. What I ended up getting though was a heavier duty plug from Amazon, and this was only like 20 bucks as well. So I don't know why I just cheaped out in the beginning and got the $10 plugs. These are worth it though. I've pushed this motor, you know, full speed and didn't have any problems with it melting. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the console. That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, so let me show you how that fits in. I did also put some silicone around the lip here to try to prevent water from coming in. It works well, but you know, the silicone does start falling apart, and you start getting some water in there. So I might try the weather stripping, which everybody else recommends, but we'll see. And so this just falls into place here. Oh, the kayak is too high up. I can't show you exactly, but basically it would fall into here, and you would just lock this down. It goes under there, and then I plug this into here. So yeah, this plugs into this through hole that comes with this plug. So if you order these, you get both. Then you can you know, drill a hole through your kayak and get it looking nice like this. I like these because they come with the caps too. If you know, you got to rinse your kayak down, you just put the cap on both sides and you're good to go. So yeah, that plugs into there, which comes through here, and this is the motor. Goes into this PWM chip, which is usually like anywhere between 25 and like $50 on Amazon. You got to make sure to get, if you're using the 55-pound trolling motor, you got to get the 100 amp version of this, because the 100 amp is max 100 amp, and it does continuous, I think, like 60. So you got to make sure you're sizing up your electronics to what, you know, the motor's going to be pulling. So yeah, on these chips, it's pretty simple. You got 2 outs for the motor and 2 ins for the battery. So that's just plugged in here, which goes into a breaker and into the battery. So yeah, these chips come with a little screen, which all I did was extend it, because usually you would have the screen at the end of this, but I got these extenders on Amazon and extended it out to here, so then I can see what percentage I'm, you know, giving to the battery. So it goes up to 100, and usually you can save a lot of energy and still be going at decent speed at like 75. So it's good to have that screen, just so you know how many amps you're drawing, or at least be able to estimate. I did something similar with the rest of the controls here. So you have a switch and a potentiometer. So all I did was I opened up an old Ethernet cable, which comes with 8 wires inside, and so you have 8 wires here. So that works out perfectly. So this is an Ethernet cable that I just spliced everything. I know it's kind of ugly, but it works. So I don't know, I'm okay with it. So yeah, this goes through all the way out here and into this remote, which I then am able to control the power that's going to the motor. And then you got that switch that I was talking about, goes to this switch here, and you can go forward, off, or reverse. So that's really helpful. So yeah, that's the motor, and the motor is always straight here. I have it set to straight. Like I said, I marine gooped it, and the way I control the way I want to go, the direction is with my rudder here. So this is the rudder control that comes stock with PDL kayaks, and I actually upgraded it to this XL rudder, which gives you just better turning. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the motor goes. The biggest thing I think people have questions about all the time is the PWM here, but it really is pretty simple. You got, like I said, just 2 inputs. You got your red and your black, and then 2 out straight to the motor, and so the motor gets plugged in there. That's pretty much it. As far as controls, like I said, I like to extend them. People build boxes with the controllers all in here, but then you have to have long, thick cables. So I rather, extend the smaller gauge cables. And so I like to keep the PWM close to the battery. As far as the battery goes, I use a Ampere Time 50 amp hour battery. It's been plenty for me. I've been out, 6 hours at a time and like 2 miles offshore here, and it's not a problem. I usually still have like a solid 15-20% when I get back from those longer trips. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the motor. This all closes up nicely, so you don't have to see all those nasty cables. So when I hit the water, I usually launch from the harbor. I drop it in. I usually have the motor out on top, and then when I get deep enough, I drop it in, and we're good to go. So lastly, another thing I was getting questions about was how I got my my fish finder mounted up in the front here, right in the center. So all that is a ram ball here, just right on that crease, which isn't the best, but like it's sturdy enough for me. Then I'm able to, like, if I really wanted to, I can move this. It's hard to do it with one hand, but like move it up so I can mess with it while I'm sitting on my chair. I just like the look of it, being up in the middle here. Yeah, I just find it more aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope I got to everything, but yeah, tight lines. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Peace out.